Mario games are getting way too easy. People claim that he's a regular guy, but with legs like that, I'd call him a jump man. So I'm going to be trying to conquer the entirety of Mario Odyssey without allowing him to jump even one time to test just how capable he is what I would say if we were allowed to play the game. Not even a minute into this completely arbitrary playthrough, we're faced with a demand. The problem isn't that I don't understand, because sure I do. The problem is that it says jump. We can't move at all until we comply to the demand, rendering this challenge impossible. So, can you beat Mario Odyssey without jumping? No. So while yes, technically we have to jump to get started, the game keeps a counter in the background of the amount of jumps performed, and this does not add to it. So for all intents and purposes, the run is still going, and it's already off to a rough start. Did you see that? I almost did it. The muscle memory took over. I'm so conditioned to like jump in every scenario. Like here, I would put in a spin pound, but I can't do that. I have countless hours in Odyssey, from hide and seek to bingo to speedrunning. So breaking away from what's been the norm for me for years would not be simple, but it would probably be easier than convincing you that this is not jumping. So turns out, as far as the game's aware, jumps while in captures don't actually count as jumps. It's a good thing really, because the frog room's impossible to get through without it, but it also cracks other kingdoms wide open. Like Wooded Kingdom, I have like a little guy that I 100% absolutely guaranteed will be abusing. So now that I finally got all the workarounds explained out of the way, it was about time our fates intertwined with Topper, the first boss of the game. Easy. All we need to do is jump on his head. Alright, in preparation for this video, I did some deep-rooted extensive research, delving deep into the inner mechanics of the video game, and I'm lying to you. I watched 15 minutes of a Small Ant video, and now I can do this. Yep, this is not a jump. Oh, shit, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me! I just want to, like, vault with the... There we go, that's better. That's better. Okay, no, we're fine. There we go. Okay, we got Topper. After the stupid rabbit dies and I neglect my natural instincts once more, we make our way over to Cascade Kingdom, where I take things slow, abuse a wild dog, and have a very interesting conversation. I have to mentally chastise myself. Okay, that's a... I need to restart the game, don't I? I didn't save at the beginning of Cascade Kingdom. I thought, okay, if I'm just really careful about it, I just press the A button. After the stupid rabbit dies again, and I abuse a wild dog again, we jump once more, but not really, and take down Madame Brood. With some actual progress being made, the Odyssey unfossilizes and powers up, taking us to our next destination of Sand Kingdom. I caught the bird, robbed a small business, scratched the itch, and came to the conclusion that this is really easy. I'm gonna be straight with you, this desert is not much of a challenge. Anywhere I would jump to originally can be easily substituted with a vault. And what's that? I need to get higher? Well, that's just convenient. It got to the point where I started to challenge myself a little more just to see what was truly possible. Should I try and do reverse Jaxie? Is reverse Jaxie possible without jumping? Ooh, that doesn't look very good. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, wait. Hold it. I can make that. I can 100% make that. Then this shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, sweet. There we go. So this place could definitely be harder. And the same could be said for Lake Kingdom, where I did not jump once and I reset the run because I felt like it. The only thing I have to worry about here is jumping out of the water. But I spend the entire kingdom inside a fish. Sorry, off topic for a second. While I was doing research for this video, I was graced by the holy grail of algorithm pools that I just couldn't ignore. This video is the greatest AI slop I've ever been fed. I mean, Luigi unexpectedly pregnant heartbreak emoji? I know, boo AI, but art like this could not possibly be conceivable by man. It starts off with the most fucked up looking toadette I have ever seen going apple picking with Luigi. But then, oh no, Luigi eats the evil fruit of instant pregnancy, which is then followed by 15 whole minutes of uncut Mario Wonder gameplay. How does it end, you ask? Mario feeds Luigi the abortion star. Anyway, after jumping once, Rango caused a total of 0 problems, and so we traveled to somewhere that would give us at least 1 problem. Did you know that talking to someone counts as jumping? That's right. To get the moon from the Clanker shop, before even engaging in dialogue, you have to go into first person mode and then start a conversation? No, there are not many times throughout the run where you have to do this. And no, it's not necessarily inconvenient to do so, but this does not look like jumping. Like I mentioned before, the uproots live here, which pretty much give me all the hit and jumps a man could want for absolutely free. They essentially make this kingdom effortless, unless for whatever reason you enjoy pain and suffering and choose not to use them. I haven't been too open about this in the past, but can you tell I'm a masochist? Almost every single moon that I need is obtainable with an uproot, and the ones that aren't, they're not even that hard to get. So tell me why? Why after 30 seconds of hopping around, I just ditch it? And it's not like it came without consequence either. This tower became more of a mountain to climb, and I just kept falling. And every time I didn't fall, I decided to be a complete fucking idiot and jump. It got to the point where I turned my brain off and just played the video game, and even that didn't help. What the fuck am I doing? I just pressed the jump button not once. Not twice did I press the jump button. I pressed the fucking jump button 3 times. So after mulling over my poor life choices, and we went pretty much down. Oh, look at that. And what felt like a lifetime of banging my head into a wall, I finally conquered the tower, moved on to take down Spewart, and left to fight Bowser for the first time. This is usually an easy task, and I can happily say this one is too. The fight's almost exactly the same, aside from one tiny bit where we have to back off a little to avoid Bowser's tail swipe. So with that, we send him flying and plummet down to our next destination. Lost Kingdom is home to this silly bird called Klepto, and as his name suggests, he loves stealing things, including our main method of elevation, Cappy. If we lose him, there is absolutely no way we can progress, so it's vital we keep him or the run is dead. Because of my experience speedrunning, I know there's a special jump you can do to avoid triggering Klepto. Bad news is, it's a jump. The good news is that you don't actually have to jump to perform the jump. Does that make sense? A new bit of tech that I didn't know was possible later. Lost Kingdom happened, and I was warned of something I hadn't even considered. City Hall's hard? It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. The challenge I was told I was going to face was in our next destination, Night Metro. It's a building whose entire purpose is for you to climb to the top of it, featuring various platforms I have to, jump to. Back when I beat the game coinless, this was a huge challenge for me, and I began to wonder whether this room would be my kryptonite. It wasn't. Look, the point is, like the majority of the kingdoms before it, not this one, you can kind of get away with vaulting off Cappy and calling it a day. And the same can be said for the rest of the Metro Kingdom. You shoot the worm, talk to Pauline, reset, go to first person, talk to Pauline, and get out of there. I won't lie to you, I'm sat here writing the script and going, and then I bounced off Cappy instead of jumping. And then I did it again. I'm staring at the Word document on my screen wondering, when will this get interesting? Not in Snow Kingdom, that's for sure, because that's where I bounce off Cappy instead of jumping, and then I do it again. Wow, now I'm a fish in Seaside Kingdom. Wow, now I'm in Luncheon Kingdom and letting my stubbornness get the best of me. Can I get this one? Yes. Oh, I can, that's possible. There we go. Sweet, we got it. First try. Let's go. At this point, not jumping was becoming a simple task, and somehow my biggest problem in this 3D platformer was not platforming, but instead getting the ball-shaped vegetable into the ball-shaped hole. You know what? This works. Whoa, now we're in the Odyssey. Whoa, now we're not, and I'm resetting. The dragon fight in Ruined Kingdom is something I knew would at least be a small problem, just because of the movement involved, and I hate to say it, I was right. Avoid the lightning on the floor, climb the dragon, avoid these saws, all things made more difficult by not being able to jump. I know I'm not going to be able to get him this phase, so if I like jump there, yeah. Another one, shit. Oh. I jumped. No, not yet. No, it didn't have to be like that. Oh, you can fall off there? But as expected, I eventually came out on top, and I was coping. Easy dragon fight. Easy dragon fight. Most runs crumble in Bowser's Kingdom, but today, they do not. I substituted jumping by bouncing on Cappy, and then I captured a bird, and I was free to jump all I want, and you get the idea. I arrived at the Broodal arenas and fought Harriet without an issue, and then I fought Topper, who I have already beaten before, and then I fought all of the Broodals, who I have already beaten before. So with that, the Odyssey whisks us away to our final stretch of this challenge, and if there's one thing we've learned, no matter what the gravity's like, it's do not jump. This kingdom is a whole different beast to anything we've faced before. Usually I would skip the entire kingdom with a jump called Moon Cave Skip, but it's a jump. So I would have to conquer the interior of the Moon Cave, filled with lava, enemies, projectiles flying all over the place. This is not ideal. So in my eternal and pre-established stubbornness, I repeatedly smashed my face into a wall, trying my hardest to make this seemingly impossible jump up the mountain. And somehow, some way, like every roadblock before it, I made it, and I set my sights on taking down Bowser and finally beating the game. I've beaten Bowser in Cloud Kingdom with no problems, but this fight was different. He throws hats at you. That's easy to avoid. He throws rocks at you. Inconvenient, but manageable. He breathes fire, and if you get hit by that, you're a moron. And he swings his tail around, expelling these fiery rings to the surrounding area. These are a problem. While holding his hat, there is no way to vault over them, and damage boosting isn't an option, so I had to pull out the final trick I had tucked away. I've showcased the various ways I've avoided adding to that jump counter. From capturing enemies, vaulting, capturing enemies again, but there's one thing that I've left secret for this purpose only. With a well-timed roll boost, Mario gains just enough elevation to bounce over the rings unscathed. The problem is these are pretty precise, so it took a few attempts to get right, but eventually Bowser was defeated. However, we still have one problem. So let me take you back to the beginning. Mario is passed out on the floor, and we have to jump to start playing. It doesn't add to the counter, and there's no way around it. We're cursed with this one jump command 3 times throughout the run. Once in Cap Kingdom, once in Lost Kingdom, and once right here. But this scenario is different. Waking him up here, no matter what you do, counts as a jump. But right after you pummel Bowser, you get the opportunity to switch into 2-player mode, and then gain the ability to bounce using only Cappy, which negates the need to jump at all. And from that point on, it's a matter of capturing Bowser and making it to the end. Since we're in a capture, none of the jumps matter. We can jump as much as we want, look. It only took 6 hours. Wait. XD skip. All right, chat. That is Super Mario Odyssey without jumping. Done in 3, 2, 1. And there it is. Hey, so I checked that jump counter after the escape sequence and it says we actually jumped 4 times. So I scoured through the footage, all 6 hours, to determine where I could have possibly jumped, and I came to a conclusion. The answer is, I literally have no idea.